Want to hear from Tua?
Yeah, let's hear from Tua. He said he's proud of the leaders on the team.
Yeah, I would say I'm very proud of the way our leaders stepped up in this game. In some of the biggest moments and in crucial moments of the game, our leaders had made big plays in this game. I think our team is taking a step in the right direction. But it's tough when a lot of the guys on the team have that it's my fault mentality to not go into a deep hole. And I think that's the learning lesson for everyone, me included, that, hey, we have 4 quarters. Like, we don't have to press. We don't have to get down on ourselves. Like, it's part of the game. Like, they're good too. They're going to make plays, and that's why you learn to trust. And that's why in my opinion, the greatest team sport.
Yeah. It's, first of all, beautifully said. This guy owns the podium. He really does. Just love his essence. You know what I'm saying, dude? And you think about it, like,
I literally want to chop you in the throat with my essence.
Why?
Because
you didn't love that? That was beautiful.
Sure.
I don't like, you feel very dismissive of it. I don't like
it. I do like look, the overall attitude of the team, the quarterback, the coach, and how they go about things is excellent. I do believe that. I think at some point, just got to play better, a little bit better,
a little
bit better,
tighter in some spots,
tighter in some spots.
Was good to see Jalen Waddle cut loose. I loved Penguin dancing again. I missed it.
I mean, they got a good team, man, and like it would suck. And here's like, unlike most people, I always live with the mindset that just because you were good this year doesn't mean you're going to be good next year.
That's true.
And so I lived through that. And so I don't know where they are as far as big picture. Have they peaked or it's just the beginning? You never really know, right? You never really know when your team could go to the Super Bowl like Jacksonville and then be 1-15 the next year.
True.
You don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So I want this team with the talent that I see to be able to take advantage of those things.
You would think that they're going to grow, though. Like, when he says the leaders, like, you think about the emergence this year.
They're very young.
Outside of Tyreek Hill and Teron Armstead.
Right.
But, like, you look at the other best players on this team. Tua, super young. Jalen Waddle, super young. Javon Holland, super young. Jalen Phillips, my God, he is playing like a demon.
Super young.
Can I tell you something?
Russo.
Talk about that pregame.
Oh,
wow. That's a man's man right there.
Wow.
What happened?
You didn't see him work out shirtless?
Come on.
That's a move right there.
Yeah, it is a move.
Oh,
What did I tell you?
That was a move.
Wait.
Yeah.
What did I tell you? When you watch the game, you see the sleeves and no sleeves.
Yeah, but he didn't do no sleeve. He did no shirt.
No
No shirt and shorts.
Yeah, little baby shorts.
Whoa. Oh, tight.
Yeah. My fiance questioned why I had that picture on my phone. That's how
that dude is put together. My God.
What? So what is he doing? Making a music video, playing football?
I don't know.
Got him out there in booty shorts.
It looked like he was making love to the cameras. What he was doing.
No, that's a fine.
Working out.
Tobin was intrigued.
He was doing high steps. He was getting loose for the game. He really shouldn't have to play with a shirt on. I got to be honest with you. If we're being honest, just let him put the shoulder pads on. No jersey.
Wow.
No jersey. What does he need it for?
He may want it.
I don't know.
All right. Yeah.
Man.
That's fine.
Jalen Phillips. That guy's, imagine being that handsome, but also being that scary. You know? And then you had Christian Wilkins again forcing a fumble.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to get that one too.
Christian Wilkins is like the biggest enemy to Josh Allen.
Josh Allen hates Christian Wilkins.
For sure.
Has to.
Love it.
I wish we hated them more. You know, it kind of reminds, like, I don't like how lovey-dovey everybody is these days. I do miss the bad blood. Like, obviously there's bad blood between the fan bases because, you know, look at them. Just Buffalo. But if you think about like Tua, Josh Allen, super nice to each other after the game. And then Josh Allen was super respectful after the game. He goes, they're a really good team. I think we're going to face them. Didn't he say I guarantee we're going to face them again?
Too nice.
I'm like, what?
He's fake.
He said, yeah, he goes, that's a really good football team. Who knows if we'll see them again? I'm pretty positive we will. Which, look, they're a seeding change away from doing that. It's not like in the first round. But I feel like when he's saying that, he means like in the AFC Championship, you know? The trilogy. Because you know what happens when it's 1-1, Leroy. You know what happens when it's 1-1?
The third game is the decider.
J-Fig. You want to know what happens when it's 1-1?
Dude.
Tell me.
Marcos. You want to know what happens when it's 1-1?
Yeah, I definitely want.
Gotta have a rubber match, dude. You
Rubber
got to.
match.
Gotta have a rubber match.
Isn't that the same as the third game decides it?
That's a rubber match, dude. Where the rubber meets the road. Whatever that means.
Dear Apple, I could give a rat's ass about new iCloud terms and conditions. Stop putting it on my screen. I don't care.
I'm sorry, dude. Yeah.
Rubber match.
Rubber match, dude.
Do you even know why it's called the rubber match?
Yeah, of course, dude.
Why? Why?
Because, dude, when you got two games that are that equal, you need to see which one bends the right way. Rubber match. That's how it goes, dude. Everybody knows that. You gotta have a rubber match.
Hold on.
I just Googled it. Yeah. I found
Wait. A contest consisting of a series of no, that's not it. Why do we call it a rubber match? Once rubber linked up with elimination, the game that would ultimately eliminate one team in a lawn bowling series became known as the rubber match. The
Exactly.
phrase has made its way into a variety of 18th century card games and is now commonly used throughout the sports world.
Yep.
I didn't mention baseball at all.
Can I just tell you? Here, a deciding game in a rubber of cricket, tennis, etc. But you are an idiot.
Why?
Because the definition has nothing to do with.
Trying to see.
He was fake. I caught it fake Googling.
-1 for deception.
I caught it fake Googling. I said, wait, he's hitting them buttons way too good. You're the worst. I knew it. There's no way.
Lying.
Guardian Outpost. And that's
For lying.
He said if the Dolphins make it to an AFC championship, I would poop in my pants. That's why you're called the Guardian Outpost.
Another guy says -1 for dissing babies.
Who's dissing babies?
Marcos.
-1
For dissing babies.
Another guy says I prefer 4:00 games. I end up drinking less. Really? I feel like I would drink more.
What are you
4
kidding me?
o'clock?
Oh, a 4:00 game's the worst. Because you got more time to plan and drink.
Mhm.
The early bird, you at least feel a little guilty about drinking too early.
Maybe the guy's like pacing him. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe there's not enough in his tummy when he starts drinking. Hard to say.
I will say this though. You prepare a lot of meats that are usually eaten later in the day.
Mhm.
But them 10, 11 a.m. tailgates where you're going full meat cheeseburgers and like, yeah, it's a little thick. Like, just imagine, when's the last time you had a breakfast brisket? Like, you know what I mean? Like, we have a half a rack of ribs at 10:30.
Before we hit the break here, give me a weather update from the Nemesman and Dover Law Firm. Your accidentattorneys.com, freak out stations 24/7. Call them up 866-954-MORE.
Little breezy. Winds coming out of, see the plane? Coming out of the east. Plane taking off from right to left. It's coming out of the east. Look to your right. Look at your right. Up in the sky. Look, right, just right.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah. That's how I tell the weather, dude.
Wow.
So It's coming out. It's
far.
coming out of the east. It's blowing at, I'd say, about 10, 15 miles an hour. But here's what you need to know. Rain's coming. It's going to get cooler. And by Saturday, the lows are supposed to be in the 40s.
I know. What's up with that?
I don't know.
How exciting.
Not good for my thumb.
Oh, yeah.
But
Why?
I'm still. Why?
Why?
Wait, so what is it going to be for that Packers game?
The Packers game is at 1?
Yeah, it'll warm up?
No, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, like if it's cold in the morning, anything above 45 is excellent football weather.
You know what that means, though?
What?
It's iguana catching weather.
No, it's iguana cleanup because they're falling out. You ain't catching them.
We'll see.
Weather for Sunday, 62 with a 40% chance of rain.
You cannot be like Mike McDaniel and give game balls to everyone. You must choose.
Yep.
You must narrow it down.
Yep.
Let's get to your game balls and game bums.
So I'm gonna give 2 game balls. One to Jalen Waddle. Welcome back, young brother. Welcome back. Balled out. And I would say that a lot of that has to do with, anytime you go into a game, they're going to play a little special attention to Tyreek Hill.
Mm-hmm.
So that means other guys got to make plays. And
Tyreek,
that's the way it's going to be.
You mean Tyreek Hill, who vows to be better, but still has a now career high in 14 games?
Yeah. So from that standpoint, welcome back, Jalen Waddle. You did your thing.
Just so we're clear, Patrick Mahomes, really good with Tyreek Hill.
Never did this much.
Never did this.
Okay.
Just saying.
And my other game ball, I'm gonna give it to Kirk Cousins.
Oh,
you can't come back from the greatest deficit in NFL history and not get a game ball.
Is the story Kirk Cousins or is it Matt Ryan now being part of 2 just epic collapses?
Which brings me to my next point.
Oh boy.
My game bum. There's a few game bums. Vlad, your Jets are terrible. Let you get over it. Stop falling in love with your Jets because of their record. They don't have a quarterback, and they can't score.
I hope he walks in.
I got to give one to the Indianapolis Colts because you gave up the largest lead in NFL history. So if I'm going to give Kirk Cousins a game ball, you definitely got to get a game ball.
Somebody's asking, no game ball for Mostert?
Yeah.
Game ball Mostert. Really, I was just trying to
Pick
absolutely. Absolutely. If you would have told me before the game that the Dolphins were going to run the ball that way, I would say they win easily.
I know.
And the way they were running the ball, it almost makes me feel like I wish the weather was worse. You see what I mean? Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Because if you're controlling the line of scrimmage like that,
when Tua makes those first 2 throws in the snow, I'm like, oh, I thought this was going to be. Listen. If he leads a drive, scores a touchdown there, they lead the win, and it's snowing like that.
Yeah,
you wouldn't want to be around me.
That's a moment. Right
Insufferable.
But
when Cedric Wilson made that catch, I was like, ooh.
Here's the other thing. All right. So the other thing is, I don't know what the game plan was with this, but whoever touched the ball in that New England debacle, you got to get a game bum. Like, this isn't soccer, dude. You can't throw it back to your goalie.
It was wild. It was wild. I was like, you know what I got to hear right now? I was like, I got to hear what they sound like in Boston. I got to hear what's going on right now. So I fired up the Odyssey app and I flipped on over and design something, bruh. They are beside themselves. They all want him gone. They want Belichick gone. I can't believe it.
They want who done?
Belichick. They're done with him.
They've been saying that for even Beast used to say it.
Robert Kraft needs to get him out of there. Are you serious?
Here's what I would say. If you think that Bill Belichick is bad for not doing a good job, how bad do you think it would be with a lesser coach?
Oh,
you see what I mean? That's what I don't think people understand.
I just think that it's the one thing I'll just say with him is I don't understand. This has definitely been a thing all year. I don't understand making Matt Patricia the offensive coordinator. I don't understand.
With
that.
all the coaches, with all the offensive gurus in the world, you take a defensive coach and make him that.
Like, you can't tell me there's not somebody who wants to pull a Nick Saban and go to coach rehab and be
Right.
Bill Belichick's offense coordinator, and he chooses the Keebler elf.
I will say this, though, that just because you have a guy on the mic signaling and plays in or giving the plays on it doesn't necessarily mean that they don't have a game plan with an offensive guy. Right?
I mean, I guess.
Yeah. I'm just like, wow. So let me get this straight. This is the way I look at it. Say, hey, Pat, come holler at me. We understand you're a defensive guru, right? But we got a guy for that. To which Patricia should have yelled. So I guess I'm not that much of a guru. You decided to put me on the other side of the ball.
You going with your kid there, Bill? Always has his mouth open catching flies.
Oh, he's a mouth breather?
What? You ever see his son with the mullet? Got the tongue out the whole time.
I think you pay far too much attention to all the side stuff that goes on in sports.
What do you mean?
Like, no text from you very rarely comes to us about the game.
That's not true. Let me see.
It's always about other
About
stuff.
Outfits.
Who's at the game?
The jewelry.
Right.
A face somebody made to somebody else.
Right.
Let me see.
You are sideshow. You that's what you are. Sideshow
I
Tobin.
sent you a tweet of you
Appearances.
screaming DBs when Cheetah runs by. That was a great tweet. People like that one.
This is what we do. Like, no, come on. Go.
Oh, I said Marco said McDaniel's faith in the fattest of cats has worked out. And I said, you know what they say?
Oh, no.
Triple F.
Again, not about the game.
Faith fixes fat cats.
No one says that. I'm gonna repeat what I wrote back.
Like, it, again, like for people that think, hey, that Tobin, I get this all the time. That Tobin, he's something, huh? I'm like,
let's see.
He's
First text to you guys on Saturday at 7:15 was of Josh Allen, was of Jalen Phillips shirtless. My God.
It's a nice picture.
so that, see, again,
Hmm?
notice.
Not about the
what
game.
time did the first?
That was at 7:19. That was before kickoff.
Okay,
Someone had
first.
eyes for that picture.
Wait,
Okay.
here,
Then
first
J-Fig
game,
googly eyes. Marcos, first one. Feed Raheem Mostert.
right?
J-Fig, exclamation points. And then J-Fig goes, drop the effing ball. You were on one this weekend, J-Fig.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
like holy smoke, like wow.
And then my first text about the game was, can these Bills fans stop throwing effing snowballs?
right? Look,
Yes.
not one thing. Not one thing.
Huh.
Wait,
That was pretty relevant,
My-
though.
wait,
They did announce penalties.
dude, I'm going back because Mike McDaniel's faith in the fattest of cats has worked out. And then you follow it up like this is during the damn game. You know what they say? FFF.
No, I love the
Wait.
tweet that you sent out after that.
Allen is willy-nilly with this
He
football.
was really new with that football, man. I really
Wait.
thought that we had him.
Wait, and so
He fumbled the ball 3 times.
wait, so Marcos, willy-nilly.
Dude, I thought we were going to get that
Said
2-point
Nilly
conversion.
Willy.
Did anybody else have the reaction to that 2-point conversion? Because here's what happened with me. I don't know about you guys, but we had that 2-point conversion. Thought we were almost going to return it. I went to the bathroom, come back. Oh, what do you mean he gets the points back?
That's like the latest reversal I've ever.
What
they
the
went
hell
to
happened?
commercial and came back.
I was so happy. I was like, oh,
Can't
all
reverse
right.
Something.
okay.
Once it goes commercial, it's done.
It's done. They come back, they get the points. What? And I still don't think he crossed the plane.
Nope.
Because they're like, well, you know what they have to do. You know what they say. You only have to touch the ball. No. I thought it's cross the plane, not get to the plane.
Yep.
Because Landon Roberts' helmet, that was at the plane.
Yep.
He didn't cross that plane. He fumbled that football in Landon Roberts' head.
Yep.
Bogus.
Fumbled again. That was his third fumble.
I know.
Willy-nilly.
He was willy-nilly with the football, dude.
And J Fig, and no one says that. And
No
then
one does.
yesterday, because J Fig usually is responding to other texts. The text starts. Let me tell you.
No. We already spoke about that.
Yeah, she was talking about Argentina. But you know what? I was proud of her because we didn't even get to this.
Yes, it's my
Can
best
you
favorite part.
can you declare what you think of yesterday's game? Can you declare it? What you think of the Dolphins game? Say what you mean what you say.
And Dolphins? Not a
Uh,
true loss.
What? Whoa! Tell him, J Fig.
Not a true loss.
Not a true
So-
loss.
That's not what I said.
And so, right.
Wait, why don't you think it's a true loss?
Because of every.
Don't even get her
please
started,
don't get me
Tobin.
No, come on, let's
I
go.
was already mad.
Let's
during
go,
my
J-Fig.
shows this
Tell us why it's
weekend.
not a true loss. I'm proud of you.
Oh, didn't you see
I
Jake
did
from
hear
State
you.
Farm?
I did.
Don't distract her.
No, I'm
Why-
just saying.
Don't
Who's
distract
this?
her.
Wait, all of a sudden I see random text during the game because I'm watching the game, so the texts are showing
You're
up.
distracting.
Okay,
You're
go.
distracting.
Go,
I
fine.
don't
Tell
even
us
know
why it's
what
not
I'm
a
mad
true
about
loss.
And
I'm not letting you off
Like,
the hook.
proud-
You're gonna tell us why you
wait,
don't think it's a true
proud papa. Had a girl.
I am. I'm so proud of
I
her.
don't want to respond. Kick rocks, Tobin. Should I say that?
Please,
Attaboy.
please tell us. Was it the refs? Was it the crooked refs? Was it the snowballs?
It
What was it?
all of it. Okay.
Oh!
And then I went over there and started throwing snowballs at everybody else who was throwing them to us.
Yeah.
And the refs.
And the
And
refs.
the refs.
Crooked. Love it. I'm so proud of
And
you.
look, that was yesterday. You know what I only cared about.
Hmm?
Hey, what's the Papa John code after the
That was my favorite one, actually. And of
Hey,
course,
how about-
Marco's response.
It is interesting though. Everybody's all up on the Lions all of a sudden, kissing their ass when the
Yeah,
Dolphins beat
right.
the Lions. Oh, beating
Mhm.
up on the little teams, beating up on the teams that are no good. Look at Man Campbell. Now all of a sudden, dude, look at him. Now everybody's wow, Man Campbell. And by the way, props to Man Campbell. Good for him. I'm not trying to take away. I just think it's interesting that now all of a sudden it's a thing. Now it's like, oh, you got to watch out for the Lions when the Jets lose to them. But when the Dolphins did it, well, who cares? You beat the Lions.
Got a question on what you think the narrative will be. This year has been, as Leroy said 33 times last week, a lot of ebbs and flows.
Hmm?
We've had a lot of streaks.
Yep.
You know, 5, 3, 3.
Yep.
Assuming that we're able to get the last 3 games against these teams that aren't as good as us. When we look back on the season, will we be considered a streaky team in your opinion?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
But a lot of that
I mean, part of the streak had to,
circumstance.
part of the
though,
streak
you
did
know?
have to do with Tua getting concussed.
And, like, you know, that fake Teddy Bridgewater thing that never happened again.
Oh,
man.
I know the
Like, come
spotter.
on.
Yeah, garbage.
Yeah, so I mean, there's just things. I think there's like caveats into it. I can understand why someone would say that based off the, you know.
I think probably the most surprising part of the season in a lot of ways, though, was the start of the season because of the way they came out, the win over the Bills at home, and the Ravens comeback. That was the most unexpected thing. Then Tua getting hurt, like you don't expect to win without your starting quarterback. It's tough.
Can I say this? This is how you enter a season because you have projected what you think your team is going to do. And I would say that every season starts off different. And if you look at this team now and look back on those 2 wins, should you have been as excited as you were? Because now you see that this
Well,
team is really good.
Yeah, but the way they won those games were in pretty epic.
It was
fashion.
just
There's
it,
no
it
way
was
not to be
just
excited.
it was just something you weren't accustomed to seeing. But now you're almost in that area of we expect them to be able to pull some of these out.
Well, the thing that everybody thought wasn't going to be a thing for the Dolphins this year was the narrative nationally. And even for the Dolphin, probably didn't know how it was going to go, was how explosive this team is. Like, that is the thing that even in the bad games, they've still had explosive plays that have kept them in the games and have given them a chance. That is always there for them. And that, I think, is if they make the playoffs, we'll give them a chance in some of these games because it really does feel, and Tua was mentioning this after the game, like you never truly feel like you're out of it. And I think one of the things that probably disappointed them is they were pressing at times when things weren't going their way. When they really shouldn't, because they have this.
They have to believe that.
They have this great equalizer because of that speed. They really can get back in any game. It's such a quick strike. Not every team can do that.
Here's the problem. They were preaching that while playing as if though they didn't believe it themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And when you press, is because you don't think you have a lot of time. When in actuality, they have two players that could go the distance at any given time. So you should be more patient with it.
It's so much fun watching this team still every week. I like every.
Isn't that a change though?
It's such.
Isn't that just because they've been 11-5, and we fist pump field goals.
I know it's not this year.
It's not
this year. This year's addicting. I can't wait to see the bomb every game. Every game there's going to be an explosive play that you're like, whoa.
I'm like, who else is like that? Believe it or not, is Detroit.
I know.
Oh my God, they score a lot of points.
Mm-hmm. I know, but that when Jalen Waddle busted loose, I was like, oh, he's back. And then when Tyreek goes willy-nilly, I mean, that guy had no prayer.
Willy-nilly.
He's just because he was. I like when my favorite thing about Tyreek Hill is I like how fast he is, that he doesn't even look like he's trying to be fast after he blows past them. Like he feels bad for them. He's like that fast.
He's that fast.
It's ridiculous. I love it so much.
That was a perfectly placed ball too.
Oh, dime, dude.
Yeah. It was like one of those that's like looks, it's not a bullet, it's not a bomb or anything. It just floated right over the defender where it needed to be, right into his hand. It was perfect.
Listen, that Trent Sherfield, he dropped a gift.
Wow, he
did. Gave him right to that.
Yeah, for sure. That Tyreek one, I understand. Whatever, it was a bit of a difficult.
The Tyreek one was a tough catch.
Yeah,
but he's the highest paid receiver in the league. I would like him to maybe get that
for sure.
You know what? Like and he is an excellent player.
Yeah, I'm
just like, that would have been great play by a great player.
Yep.
The Sherfield play.
That one you got to catch. Ugh. Yeah, for sure. That was a bad play by he's been good this season.
That's do some push-ups after that one.
For sure.
He said you got to do some push-ups.
Push-ups after that one.
Were you shocked though that I noticed, and I don't disagree with it. I've been pretty much aligned with McDaniel this entire year when it goes to it. But I think it was that specific instance. Tua was calling to go for it. And they were pretty close, and I understand he took the points, but are you surprised that McDaniel was a little bit more aggressive on fourth down?
I'm always surprised when he doesn't go for it. Yeah. I feel like he's always going to go for it.
I think at that point in time, though, it gave them an 8-point lead.
Yes.
And you're asking a team to have to not only score a touchdown,
get the 2 points,
but gets the 2 point, and you put yourself in that situation every time.
Yeah.
Because you're not here. If you don't do that and something happens and you don't get the first, now you lose to a touchdown.
Yeah, I got you.
So that's kind of where you have to think things out a little bit.
I just think you can't reason with his wheelbarrow grapefruits, Like you never know with him. He's a wild card.
Not like those little nuts that J Fig left in the kitchen.
Wait, what?
Almonds, hopefully?
They were. With cranberry.
Oh, gross.
Oh, get out of here.
Keep your fruit away.
So like that dried cranberry?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, what are you, a squirrel?
Get out of here.
Kind of.
Trail mix.
When I'm hungry.
Trail mix. Trail mix is, they've taken all new steps to trail mix now.
LeBron's tweeting about Messi. Surprising.
Bandwagon.
How do you think it goes? I knew that guy.
I knew he was going to do
People said that, Messi was never going to win the World Cup, but I always knew that 2022 was going to be the year he'd get it done.
See, as soon as I saw him,
something about him. Something about that Messi.
Spoke to me.
That is a cool story, though. Like, dude, who gets to go out like that?
Yeah.
Finally. Yep. Well, I wish the only thing that would have made this World Cup even better is if Messi had to play Ronaldo.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Although this Mbappe,
pretty awesome matchup down there. That guy was good.
I think if I'm not mistaken,
they won it the last time, right?
Yes.
Yeah, 4 years ago.
Did you see? I didn't know Andres Cantor. I'm sorry, I'm a soccer noob. I didn't know he was from Argentina. Goal, that guy. Goal.
Yeah.
Did you see the video of him?
He was crying.
He was weeping.
Yeah.
They have the cam on him.
Oh God.
He goes, Argentina campeón del mundo. It's just, oh, it's beautiful.
I really feel like this success is as if the New York.
You think
Knicks
Joe
won a
would cry if
championship.
the Dolphins won a Super Bowl?
That's a good question.
Would he cry? I don't think he'd cry.
I don't know. Joe doesn't seem like a crier.
I don't
Doesn't
think he
really
would
seem
cry.
like he'd be excited. for
Cephalo?
sure.
Cephalo cry?
Cephalo, he may cry.
Solana's gonna cry.
Solana.
There's Solana weeping in the back of the movie. Oh!
That would make
You'll
a
have
good purpose.
Cephalo and Joe Rose are celebrating in the background and just be Solana wailing. I can't believe it's finally happened. I never thought I'd see this in my lifetime.
He'd just be happy the season's over.
You
to
just
be
have
honest.
Bo Camper swaddling him, carrying him out like a baby.
Wait, what do they call him?
one
One
stitch.
stitch.
One stitch.
It's okay, one stitch. You'll be
That'll
all right.
make a really good porpoise pot afterwards.
That would.
I would be.
That
yeah.
would.
Mhm.